be there and when I could speak then. That would have been the best. But he wanted that I come to the Sanskrit school the next day at 10:30, so I did that. And I went there. Don't, please, no.
All right.
No. It's too much.
And
So I went to the Sanskrit school at 10:30, and I offered my businesses, and he was very respectful to me also. And the first thing, we're going to have a discussion on Horikota. And first thing to start the discussion, I brought out this copy of Gaur Govinda Lilamrita Gutika about the Gutika, you know, the Radha Krishna's and Gauranga's Astika Lila. Because my Shiksha Guru his ashram was right in the corner there, Shamakund, right next to his, where he used to live, Mohan Mohan Das Baba. And as soon as he saw that, he said, "Oh, this is the MA course. I'm just a student of class 8. He said like that.
MA.
Class 8.
And he said this is the course for MA.
For MA students, yeah. I said, I'm not qualified to know about this. And I go, oh.
This is the same that the others from others groups say.
Anyway, for
This is the same.
They go like that. And so I go, oh, okay. And then I brought up the topic that Mahaprabhu is Paratat Pasima, the highest form of Bhagavan, you know. And he goes, yeah, it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says, okay, if Mahaprabhu is the Paratat Pasima, then he can also perform Ras Leela.
He should have performed also, as he invented, and also in the
He
spiritual
can
world.
also perform Ras Leela. And he said, no, don't think like that. He shook his head. He said, no, he never. Where's the Praman? And I just happened to have one of my books with me when I showed him. From Gorchari Chintamani, he says, Jamuna Puline Rasbilas Adi Jerup Korelo Sham Shuraduni Tire Gora Shuraduni Tire Rochilo Rosa Da. And just in the way that Sham Sundar performs Ras Leela with the gopis on the bank of the Jamuna, Gora performs Ras Leela on the bank of the Shuraduni Ganga. So, oh, this is Narahari Chakravarti. So, he's not our Gaudiya. He's not our Gaudiya.
Where is he from then?
And I said, what? How can you say that? How can you say that? And then I just started presenting more and more evidence, you know, that Gauranga performs Ras Leela and this and that, quoting Murari Gupta and things. And then he got so upset he just got up and left. He said, hey, get out of here. And then he realized that wasn't possible, so he just got up and he left, you know. And then he was very angry. The more evidence I started to show him than this thing, he just became more and more intolerant, you know. And finally just got up and left. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear these things.
The problem he built already a certain way of seeing. He don't want to be disturbed in this age where
there's many devotees like that.
Yeah, I don't want to be disturbed. It's okay.
This thing just this Rasaras Gauranga book just smashes their ideology.
Genau, you're really right.
They don't want it. They don't want to hear it. It just their conception is that Gaurangas and Radha Bhav, and then they follow Gauranga into Radha Krishna Lila, and then they're Manjaris, and then they're served like Manjaris. Yes. To see Gauranga in this way is just too much. That's why they don't worship Vishnupriya. That's why they don't worship Gaur-Gadadhar. That's why there's a reason for this, and they just don't want to hear it. Even though all this evidence is there, they don't want to hear it.
Yes. Even the evidence made them angry, because they see, I cannot say anything against. I'm beaten now. I'm cut.
Yeah. So you see, what do you do in this situation? Better.
When Gauranga wants it, maybe he doesn't want it. I don't know.
What to do?
Because
It's not for them. The respectful thing to do is say, all right, this is true, we agree with it, but it's not our bhav, so we don't want to discuss it.
okay, this is another point.
They can say like that.
They can say like this.
But they don't do that. They say, no, this is not bona fide, this is not true, this is, Gauranga can never be like this.
Praman,
yeah.
Praman. When you give Praman,
Yeah, this whole book this is why Advaita started criticizing me when this book came out. We used to be friends. Advaita and I were close friends at one time, and as soon as I came out with this, then he turned my enemy.
I will talk to him.
No, don't talk to him.
In the internet. And present Pramans, because he always likes Pramans. Okay, we talk about Pramans.
He doesn't accept some things, but there's so much Praman that you cannot defeat this. You know, it's completely established.
Yeah, this is the point. And he's not so
He's
stupid.
not, he
not
doesn't
stupid.
like this mood, that's all, that's right.
He should say it, not say he's
He
not.
should be honest and say, okay, we agree that these things are going on, but we don't follow this.
This is okay. Then would be okay for me.
Yeah,
with me.
I would accept that. I would accept that too, and I would respect their mood and not discuss it with them.
Right.
But what these people are doing is they're going around preaching to innocent people that this is all bogus and you should never ever try to, be like this because it's apasampradaya.
This is very bad.
That is very bad. They're trying to close it up altogether. Like in the Gaudiya Math, Chaitanya Mangal, they came out with Chaitanya Mangal and the Gaudiya Math. And they took out a whole chapter of the book.
Yes.
The Vishnupriya making love to Gauranga making love to Vishnupriya the night before he took sannyas. It's a whole chapter. They took it out of the book. That's not fair.
This is, how do you call it?
And also Bhakti.
This is cheating.
Bhakti Ratnakar, there was many more Nagari pods in the book that they took out. They censored out of the book.
This is censure.
This is not good. This is called cheating.
Right.
This is called fanaticism. When you want to have something so much that you don't want others to get it. You want everyone to believe the way you believe, and that's it. This is what they do.
Yep.
Everyone has to believe the way we believe, and then they're okay. What they want to do is they just want to make it obsolete. They want to make it extinct. Wipe it out.
Yep. And they might...
Unfortunately, they won't because I'm here.
Yes.
I don't allow them to get away with it.
Yes, and after that, who will continue? This is the problem.
It should be there for the people who want it. I know it's a very elevated bhav. And most people don't have adhikar for it. It's in no way the way to start your devotional life. It comes after Gopi Bhav.
Yes.
So who's eligible for Gopi Bhav to begin with? And then after Gopi Bhav, this begins. So it's such an exalted bhav that it's not that you can preach it, so widely and openly and try to get everyone to agree with you,
This is the overgraduate course, so to say, the master.
Yeah.
And very little people are interested for master. They want to be in the elementary school, it's okay. I know how to make accounting and how to write. It's okay for me. I don't need more.
Most people just don't even, it's too much. And to make things worse, ISKCON and Gaudiya Math are preaching that this is sahajya.
Right.
It's not Sahaja, that's a
That's
damn
the
lie.
problem.
If you want to call Narahari Sarkar Sahaja and Basudev Ghosh and Lochan Das Thakur, if you want to say, all right, these are all Sahajias. You know, like what if you want to condemn this Bhav, you have to condemn these associates also. Because they're the ones promoting it, not me. Gadadhar Pran didn't invent it.
That's right. It's not an invention, it's only right.
But the thing that's even more important is this is more historical than Rupanuga Bhajan, Rupanuga Vaishnavas. It starts before.
That's right.
It foreruns that. It was here before the Goswamis. It's part of Mahaprabhu's Navadvip Leela. It's a very intrinsic part of his Leela that's happened from the very beginning with his original associates in Navadvip. And those who came later didn't get it because they weren't part of that Navadvip Leela. So like the Goswamis, the 6 Goswamis, when they met Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, or first they met Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi 5 years after he was a sannyasi when he went to Ramkeli. He met Rupa Sanatan, remember?
Mm-hmm.
5 years after he was a sannyasi, he went to Ramkeli and Rupa Sanatan surrendered, and then they joined him in Puri, visited him, and then they became familiar with his Radha Bhav feature, and then he empowered them and sent them to Vrindavan to preach Radha Krishna's worship and to write books on Radha Krishna and establish Radha Krishna's worship, etc. But that's an important phase of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. But the most important, even more important than that, is what happened in the beginning in Navadvip. His Adi Leela. And what has happened is the followers of the Goswamis they've even neglected to write about it. Rupa and Sanatan don't write about it. That's why Krishnadas Kaviraj doesn't write about it. He doesn't even hardly mention the Mahaprabhu's Navadvip Leela. It is, what's there in Navadvip? Jagai Madai Udar, Chand Kazi, the Leela with Chand Kazi, Digbijay, Podajoy, things like that, you know. Nothing intimate. Doesn't even mention the Vishnupriya's marriage with
Vrindavan Das Thakur also.
Yeah. Vrindavan Das is a little more.
It's
but
more
still,
detailed, yeah.
It gives more of the Navadvip Leela, but that's why Vaishnavas just don't have access to it, because they're mostly following these books.
Right.
And these books don't have. Although, I'll say one thing, this information is there, but in a covered way. They admit it. It's like, we just saying, this first I quoted from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Brajendra Kumar Rasamai Murti Shakshat Shringar. That's in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Gadadhare Gan Sab Bhagavad Danda Pran Balav Savar Shri Krishna Chaitanya. All these things are perfect. But the thing, because they don't have it in context, they're not shown this Leela, they can't piece it together. It takes a lot of Automobile to understand what they're talking about. These things are there, and the Goswamis never rejected these things. They just didn't preach about it. But actually their teachings support it.
All right.
That's what we're showing here. Okay, let's read on.
Invocation.